Hello everyone, and welcome back to Happy Moon Tarot Readings. My name is Crystal, and today we're going to be answering the question, is it time to move on from this connection? We're going to be doing a pick a card reading, and I'm really pleased and honored that you're joining me here today. So let's get our 3 cards for you to choose from. So number 1, we've got the 10 of Cups. Number 2, we've got the 7 of Cups. And number 3, we've got the Empress. So our 10 of Cups here is going to be pile number 1. Our 7 of Cups is going to be pile number 2. And the Empress is going to be pile number 3. Feel free to take a moment to pause the video to meditate on the cards. Remember, these are collective readings, so if you feel attracted to or drawn to more than one pile, feel free to watch more than one group, and I'll see you in your reading. Hi, pile number 1. This is your reading, and you chose the 10 of Cups card for our pick a card today, which is if it's time to move on from this connection. So the 10 of Cups is about emotional fulfillment, and it's about a happy, satisfactory, fulfilling home life with your kids or your spouse or your romantic partner. It's really a great positive card about having complete joy and love. So we're going to start here with our 10 of Cups. Spirit, for pile number 1, is it time for them to move on from this connection? Can we start with some current energies to go along with our 10 of Cups? What are some current energies for pile 1, please? Oof. I'm going to take these 2. So we've got the King of Swords and we've got the Star. So as far as current energies go, there's a lot of love and a lot of optimism here. The Star is about hope and faith. So as far as this connection goes, it looks like one or both of you are really have very high hopes for it, even currently. This could be the energy of your partner, because you're the one that's here trying to get guidance on whether you should stay or go, if it's time to move on. But it does look like there is a lot of love and there's a lot of faith and optimism for what is possible. King of Swords is about clarity, decision making. King of Swords can sometimes be a little sharp, a little harsh, especially when it comes to communication. They don't deal with bullshit. They are very strong and firm in their decision making. So it looks like we've got a lot of nice feelings going on, and what I would get from this, just starting with this current energy, since we know you're here to make a decision, I feel like this King of Swords is your person, and I feel like they are steadfastly holding on to this connection. And perhaps, you know, you're having questions or doubts, and that's why you're here, but it looks like your person is really confidently, strongly committed to staying together and pushing forward. Let's keep going here. What are pile number one's person's intentions in this connection? What are the intentions being set by pile number one's person? That's too many, Spirit. Too many. Let's start here. Take this one and this one. Okay, so for your person's intentions for this connection, we've got a 5 of Pentacles. We've got a Page of Pentacles. And we've got a 3 of Pentacles. Wow, a lot of Pentacles here. Okay. So, intentions. It looks like we've had some regret, some sort of obstacle here with this person. 5 of Pentacles can be a feeling of loss or lack. So intuitively what I'm getting here is that although this person might be strongly committed and really vocally clear and communicative about how they see a future and they see things going well, I think that something has happened here involving this person that has made you have doubts and fears. And I think that they're aware of that. That's why this card is falling on them. And that also might be why they're trying so hard to rally the troops and to get you to see their side, because they know that they screwed up. Or if it wasn't a specific instance, it really kind of feels more like they're not providing for your needs. So although they're interested and committed and available, it's not necessarily always in the ways that you need. And I think that this is where they're falling short here for you. Page of Pentacles is about, pages are youthful, sort of beginner energy. A Page of Pentacles is learning the skills that they need to be stable, to be practical, to provide. So I think that this person is trying to make change here. It might be slow, maybe slower than you want it to be, but the Page of Pentacles is the youngest in the courtyard, in the court cards. So this person is looking to move forward and they're looking to show you what you need. It's just going to be a slow process. 3 of Pentacles is about collaboration. It's about working together. It can also be about contemplation. So it looks like this person is really interested in working together, learning the skills, understanding your needs and boundaries, supporting you in the ways that actually work best for you, and working with you in order to make that happen. All right. Let's see what else we've got here. For pile number 1 here, Spirit. Ooh, I didn't ask the question yet. For pile 1, Spirit, is this a connection that has positive forward growth? It's the energy surrounding the near future. Fulfilling, positive. What is the energy if pile 1 stays? They decide to stay with their person. Okay. So we have the King of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Pentacles. That's beautiful. and we have the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so this is showing me growth. This is showing me forward movement. We went from a Page of Pentacles, which is beginner energy. It's kind of starting to learn how to communicate. It's move forward, develops necessary skills, and then we're moving into King of Pentacles, which is mastery of those things. The King of Pentacles is stable. They're not learning to be stable. They are stable. They're stable. They're consistent. They are mature. They are responsible. The Queen of Pentacles being here with the King, this is showing a possible divine connection for the two of you because they are counterparts and coming up in a love reading. This is showing me that there's definitely potential for greatness here because if your person is showing up in the King of Pentacles energy and you're showing up in the Queen of Pentacles, and gender doesn't matter here, so don't get too hung up on that. But if you guys are showing up here as counterparts, that means that we have like a successful connection and you're both on the same page because you're both Pentacles. We got the King, we got the Queen. So you could be dealing with someone who is actually, you are soul connected to with these two coming up together. Seven of Pentacles here. A lot of Pentacles in your reading. Seven of Pentacles is about choices. It's also about discernment, knowing where to focus your attention, not getting distracted. It's sort of about knowing what you need versus what you want. It's about, looking at what you have and what you desire and being able to decipher if you're getting that and not be allured or distracted by other things. What I'm taking from this here as far as forward movement is that your connection is going to be prioritized. There will be a higher level of respect and attention given to the things that are needed. So perhaps your person isn't always perhaps they're coming forward doing what they think is right. A lot of the time they're doing what they think you want, or in their mind how they think things should be handled, and that hasn't been working for you. So this is showing me somebody who is willing to move forward and compromise in the ways that you need. So basically it's a very nice like give and take energy rather than someone saying, no, it's my way or the highway, or no, this is the way I want us to handle conflict or communication or whatever, however that resonates for you. This is someone who's willing to be flexible. That's what I'm getting here for you. Let me I think I'm gonna get some message cards for you. Can I please get some message cards for pile number one? What is their person thinking or feeling? What are some message cards from pile number one's higher self? If there's any information pile number one needs. Okay. So we've got, I miss being with you. I know you don't feel the same, and I find you so attractive. Okay, so you guys might be in a period of separation. You might be on a break. You might just be needing some space from this person. And I think that this has instigated an eye-opening moment for them to realize that change really does need to happen, especially because they see you as their 10 of Cups and as their star. I think that it's sort of shaken a little bit of sense into them to start broadening the way that they deal with you and the relationship and the connection. I miss being with you. I know you don't feel the same. So this person is experiencing some fears or some insecurities. And again, perhaps, you're the person who has said, I need some space, I need to think about things. So they feel a little bit of rejection and sadness surrounding that. And I find you so attractive, which is not surprising at all, especially coming in alignment with the star there. They sort of see you as the whole package. So for pile number 1 here, as far as, is it time to move on? Obviously, we all have free will, and you should always do what you feel like is in your best alignment. But it does look like your partner is willing to show up for you and interested in showing up for you, and really sees you as like the apple of their eye. So if you weren't getting those messages and you weren't getting those feelings based on their actions or their words or their lack of actions or lack of words, it looks like they are definitely willing to put in the work and the effort to provide you with what you need. And they see, they really want to work towards that 10 of Cups moment with the fulfilling, fully satisfactory, loving, emotionally stable and consistent connection. So as far as this reading goes, I would say it's not time to move on. If you're willing to revisit this connection, I think that the cards are telling us that, you might actually be surprised by a positive outcome, and get everything you're looking for. So that's your reading today, pile number 1. Thank you for being here. If you could click the subscribe, comment, share, or like, all of those things help me out so much on my little channel here. And I'll see you in your next reading. Hi, pile number 2. Thank you for joining me here today. If you chose group 2, you picked this 7 of Cups card. The 7 of Cups is about options and choices. So a lot of times you'll see a 7 of Cups with 7 cups that are filled with different things. And it's really about using your discernment to choose the cup or the direction that is best for us, because not all the cups are filled with things that are in our alignment. A lot of times there are jewels and there is water, or there's food and there's nourishment, but then in some of the other cups there might be snakes or spiders. So it's a matter of using our personal discernment to make the best choices. So we're going to start there. We're going to start with the current energy in this connection. Spirit, for pile 2, if we can get the current energy in this connection, please. Okay. That's too many. These cards have something to say today. All right. So we've got the Hermit and we've got the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. The Knight of Pentacles came up in group 1. So if you were feeling drawn to group 1, you might want to check that out. So current energy, the Hermit is a energy of solitude, spending time alone, reflecting, and not seeking external sources of validation or even communication or information at times. So this tells me that your current energy here is probably in some sort of separation, or your person is pulled back. I'm feeling this as your person's energy, honestly. And that you might be here because they have gone cold on you, or they aren't showing up in the way that they normally do, and you're not really sure what that means about your connection. Maybe this is a pattern that you have to deal with, but this person is doing some internal work and taking time for themselves and pulling back away from the connection at this time. The Knight of Pentacles over here, the Knight of Pentacles is about, the last group had the Page of Pentacles, not the Knight of Pentacles. So never mind what I said about group 1. You can still visit it if you feel called, but I needed to correct that. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight of all the knights. Knights are about action. Knight of Pentacles is about being methodical. It's about really being sort of stable, assessing all of the information before making choices and moving forward. It doesn't rush in, it moves very slowly. And I think that that makes a lot of sense considering we've got a sloth here on your Hermit card. So I think the overall energy is that this connection is moving slowly. This connection might be moving slower than what you want, and you're not sure what that means. You're not sure if your person is exploring other options. You're not sure if it means that they are interested in someone else, talking to someone else, or if that's just sort of the way that they navigate relationships and connections. But I can see that the energy here is moving very slowly, and it's not going forward at the rate that you had expected or had hoped for. All right, so we're gonna do, what are your person's intentions with this connection? For pile number 2, please. What are their person's intentions with this connection? Thank you. All right, we've got the 7 of Pentacles, the 8 of Wands, and the King of Wands. Okay, so the 7 of Pentacles is about knowing what you need versus what you think you need or you think you want. It's about making discerning choices. So you've got 2 cards about choice here. It's about understanding whether or not what you have is what is in alignment with you and it's right for you, so that you do not become distracted by shiny things or looking to other sources of information or validation or affection or communication, however that resonates. So this is about really focusing in on what matters, essentially. The 8 of Wands is fast-moving energy. It is things happening quickly. Like we are taking off and very quickly, not only quick-moving energy, but happening soon. This is very present energy. These 2 together are, the message I'm getting here is that your person, although maybe they're a little unsure, maybe they're a little slow, maybe they appear to be a little vague on how they feel or what they want, it looks like they're going to be coming to a place of choosing you and prioritizing you. And this card actually was in the last reading in group 1. So again, I think because group 1 has come up repeatedly here, you might want to check that out, even though this one was incorrect, but my intuition had me direct you that way. And now we've got another card. So you might want to check that reading out. So it looks like this person is going to go from moving very slowly, very sloth-like, to sort of making a choice or having a realization and acting on it quickly with you, because this is your person's intentions. So it looks like their intention is to sort of make the realization or to make the decision to move forward or to commit or to prioritize this connection. The King of Wands is fiery, passionate. It's a attraction, it's sexual attraction, it's creativity. They're very charming. They're very good at getting what they want. They're very good at maneuvering and getting what they want. It's very strong, powerful, confident energy. So as far as their actions go here, and what their intentions are, it looks like they're going to sort of have this realization, and they are going to be very clear about it. They are going to be very open, and it almost feels like someone doing a complete flip, like going from being sort of cold and distant and unsure to suddenly being very sure, being very vocal, being very open about how they feel, whereas before they might have sort of held a lot of that stuff back from you, or just been not ready to share or comfortable sharing yet. But it looks like they are quickly going to come to the realization and decision that this is something that they want to pursue or they want to continue. Okay, so now we're going to do, is it time to move on for group 2? What's the energy surrounding if we stay, if they pursue this connection? What is the energy surrounding that? Please, for pile number 2. Okay. All right. So we've got the 9 of Swords, Page of Pentacles, that was in group 1 as well. Page of Pentacles, 3 of Cups. Okay, so here's the tea. It looks like if you stay, there will still be some difficulties, okay? 9 of Swords is about anxiety, depression, fear, being really overthinking, you know, having intrusive thoughts being in your head. So as far as staying, because we asked, you know, what was the energy if you decided to stay? It does look like there will still be some bumps in the road for you. That's, you know, that's the nature of life. That's the nature of humanity. And that's the nature of relationships. So the other cards here, however, the Page of Pentacles is about, you know, learning to be more stable, learning to be more consistent. The Page is what comes before the Knight here. And our Knight was slow moving, as we already know. It looks like there will be some learning and some effort being put into the connection. So despite the fact that we do have what looks like to be probably a little bit more conflict or a little bit more struggle in the near future, our Page of Pentacles is telling us that there's also going to be an effort put into, you know, learning better ways of doing things, becoming more reasonable, sort of rational, stable. So our third card is the 3 of Cups. The 3 of Cups is a card of celebration, of joy, of excitement. So it looks like really what the cards are saying to me here is you might have to be patient if you decide to stay in this connection. It's not going to be, I think that what's going to happen is you're going to hear proclamations of change and desire, and you're probably going to hear a lot of the things that you've been waiting to hear, wanting to hear, and that's going to be great. But remember that progress is actually forward and backward. So your person might come to you and say all the things and show some really strong immediate action, and then they might backslide a little bit, okay? And then you guys might move forward a little, and then you might backslide. I think that's what our 9 of Swords is about here. And the backslide moments are probably going to cause a lot of triggering and anxiety and concern for you. But it looks like if you want to stick it out, if you want to sort of work through whatever your 9 of Swords moments are, it looks like you do have the possibility of a strong, fulfilling, happy celebratory connection. And you do have the energy of working forward. And I feel like this is the energy of both of you working forward, but a lot of it is the energy of your person. So they're going to try really hard to do it all at once, and then they're going to realize that you can't just change habits or communication styles that easily. You know, we fall back into our patterning. So I think that this person is going to, you're going to have a little bit of back and forth and a little bit of struggle, but they are going to put in some work for you. And they do have the intention of prioritizing this connection and the things that you need out of it so that you can get this Three of Cups outcome. We're going to get some message cards here. Spirit, what are some messages that pile number 2 needs to hear? What are some messages that pile number 2 needs to hear from their person? What do they have to say? Okay. So we've got, I saved your texts and messages. I'm in a committed relationship. I need security. Okay. So some of the hesitation going on here. Group 2, I wasn't getting this at the beginning, but we did have a lot of information about choices. So right away, I'm getting that this person might already be in a relationship with someone else, and either the two of you have formed a connection and you're deciding, or they are deciding if they're going to move forward with you or they're going to stick with where they're at. I have to tell you, I was not expecting this card, but now that I look at the 7 of Pentacles and the 7 of Cups, and those were both about choosing what you're going to prioritize, choosing the direction you're going to go and which cup you're going to take, and then also choosing how you're going to prioritize and focus on that thing to the best of your ability and for the alignment of the connection. It does look like your person might be talking to someone else, married to someone else, in a relationship with someone else, and that is why your connection is slow moving. I feel like this will not be a surprise to you. So this is a situation where you already know that they are in a situationship or they're in some sort of connection with someone else. So you're waiting for them to sort of sort out if that's what they really want, or if they see more alignment with you, or they're more interested in pursuing things with you. We've got, I saved your texts and messages, which is just showing that they are thinking of you, that they are going over conversations you've had, or perhaps flirting that you've done, or pictures that you've sent, and just sort of, I see someone just sort of scrolling through those things and feeling drawn to them and enjoying the information and the words and the affection and the charm and the attraction that's going on between the two of you. And then we've got, I need security here. This makes sense with our Hermit and our slow moving Knight of Pentacles up here. This person might really, they need to feel really secure in the choice that they're about to make. And I think they also need to feel very secure about your connection specifically. So they are it feels like they're moving in your direction to make the choice to choose you. But some of the slow moving energy, in addition to making this big choice, you know, or this big change in their life about changing people that they're romantically involved with, they also feel like if they're going to sort of make this big choice that's going to kind of, you know, get a little bit messy, or at least emotionally messy, because, you know, any ending of a connection, whether it's serious or not serious, is still a little messy. They want to feel secure in what they're choosing with you. Yeah, which makes total sense. As far as should you move on from this connection, This is a hard one, to be honest, because it seems like a complicated situation. And I think, we all have free will. And I think if you are interested in waiting it out a little bit, I don't see anything negative that's going to come of waiting it out a little bit, other than the Nine of Swords. But I think, Nine of Swords is, all relationships have struggle and difficulty. So especially if you're coming from a situation where, moving from one person, choosing one person or another, there's going to be a little bit of strings attached. There's going to be a little bit of residual feelings, and not necessarily feelings for the other person, but just like feelings about it. You're going to have feelings about it. They're going to have feelings about it. So there's just a little bit there to sort of sort through. I think if you really feel connected and aligned with this person, there's no harm in moving forward, or staying, I guess is a better way to phrase it, staying a little bit while longer, as long as you're comfortable with that and you're being treated, with respect and with honesty and dignity. Because it does look like they're interested and going to choose you. It does look like they're interested in doing the work, and things will end up going well. It just might not be happening right away. I think the choice, when it happens, will happen right away and suddenly, but the working into the connection and the relationship after coming out of another one might take a little bit of time. It might take a little bit of time for both of you, and it might require a lot of reassurance and validation on behalf of both of you, because you certainly need that, and I think that your person seems to be needing that as well. So as far as, is it time to move on? I'm going to leave this one up to you, but I'm going to say, if you stay, it doesn't look like there's any harm or foul in that. And sometimes, patience is all that we need in order to get what we're looking for with our Three of Cups. And it does show someone who's moving towards choosing this connection and then also working on it. So I'll give you a green light, but I would say proceed with caution. And just keep your eyes open. So that's your reading today, pile number 2. Thank you for joining me here today. If you could click the subscribe button, like, comment, or share, that would help me out so much on my little channel. And I look forward to seeing you in our next reading. Hi, pile number 3. The card you chose today was the Empress. Beautiful energy. Empress energy is really just, it is all encompassing of the feminine, of beauty, of growth, of magic. It's just so delicious and yummy and juicy, this energy. So I'm interested to see how this reading goes for you today, regarding if it's time for you to move on. So in addition to the Empress, we're going to get some cards about current energy. What is the current energy for pile 3? In this connection, please, with their person. Okay. Current energies, we've got Three of Pentacles and King of Wands. Wow. Okay. So Three of Pentacles is about working together, collaborating, compromising, working as a team. It can also be about contemplation and consideration and, sort of thinking things through, which would make sense because obviously you've got some things you're thinking about. But this is an energy of working together. The Empress, again, beautiful, feminine energy. And then we've got the King of Wands over here. The King of Wands is charismatic. It shows a lot of fire and a lot of attraction in this energy. It shows, I'm going to say this could be, the King of Wands can have a big ego, to put it politely. So this person might have, be very confident. There's a fine line between confidence and having an overactive ego. So you will know if that resonates for you, but it does show someone who is very confident in themselves, attractive. And with you having this Empress energy here, this is showing me that they see you as like a beautiful counterpart. Like they like having you on their arm. They like having you stand beside them. They like knowing that you are theirs. Okay. Three of Pentacles, again, is the working together energy. So as far as current energies in this situation, it looks like we're working together pretty well. It looks like, your energy is confident and beautiful and radiant. It looks like their energy is strong and confident as well. I feel like, this King of Wands over here might be a little overbearing. I feel like their energy might be a little bit much for you to handle at times, or maybe the way they handle things. Wands are fiery, which can lead into being reactive as well. So if you're dealing with someone who's a little bit reactive, has a temper perhaps, that kind of thing, that might be why you're here today. Okay, so we're gonna do, what are your person's intentions with this connection? For pile 3, Spirit, what are their person's intentions for this connection? Okay. Okay. Intentions, we've got the 3 of Cups and the 4 of Cups. And we've got the Death card. Okay. So 3 of Cups is celebrating. It's joyous, celebratory energy, often with a group of people. It could be family, friends. I really see, what I'm seeing and getting intuitively is like the two of you are sort of like the it couple. You guys walk into the room, everybody's really excited to see you. You're both very charismatic, you're magnetic, you're, radiant, and your counterpart is confident and funny and, entertains everyone, really great at keeping everyone's attention. So the two of you together are just sort of this power dynamic, or perceived as being a power dynamic. And I see that socially. So I see, them wanting to continue celebrating and, going out and socializing and basically having fun here as their upcoming intentions, or their intentions. 4 of Cups is about not necessarily always recognizing your blessings or the good things that are there. It's about sort of being distracted by other things. It could be people, it could be projects, it could be experiences, it could be behaviors. So instead of sort of seeing the silver lining or seeing the potential or seeing the blessing, the person is usually sort of more focused on some other things that are distracting them, things that are primarily more negative or difficult. So what I'm feeling here is, especially because this card is here, that you might feel like your person isn't prioritizing you, or prioritizing the relationship, or prioritizing your needs. Like they might be more distracted by hanging out with their friends or work or family or, projects or hobbies It might be situations where, you know, you guys are supposed to have a date night or you guys have plans, and then they want to go out with their friends instead, or they make alternative plans and say, well, we can do our plans tomorrow. We'll just switch it. And they sort of leave you feeling like you're not being chosen. So I don't know necessarily that is their intention here, because we did ask about intentions, but I think that this is just a dynamic that's going on here. The Death card is about change. It's about things needing to change, and ultimately things changing whether you want them to or you do not want them to. This Death card is it has a light at the end of the tunnel. So I see this Death card similar to the Tower, whereas in the Tower, things have to fall apart in order for something better to rebuild. So I see this change, the intention of change from your person. I think what they intend on changing really is this sort of dynamic here, this like, let's go out, let's party, let's socialize, let's be out and about all the time, sort of not giving enough time and attention to the things in a relationship that need time and attention, which is what we've got here. And I think that the Death card is showing that they know there's a need for change. They understand that, and especially, hopefully you're communicating that, but it does show a light at the end of the tunnel. So this looks like the kind of change that we're looking for, even though it might be hard. The Death card generally is about endings and changes that are difficult, but there's a light at the end of this tunnel. So I think that the ending here and the change here, the ending is an ending to some behaviors that are not serving the relationship. Okay, so Spirit, what are the energies if pile 3 chooses to stay in this connection? What are the energies surrounding what's to come if they stay? Did you want to come out? I think you did. This one and this one. All right, if we stay, we've got Justice, 6 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles. Wow, I mean, look at these 2 cards. The Justice card is about things being fair. It's about things coming into balance. So it looks like if you stay, and it's clear that there is a need for balance. There's nothing wrong with socializing or having an independent life away from your partner or the person that you have a relationship with. But there does need to be balance there that both parties have agreed to and feel is fair. So the Justice card here is saying, if you decide to stay, if you decide to stick with this connection, it looks like things are really going to balance out here. 6 of Pentacles, another, this is double confirmation for you here. That 6 of Pentacles is about generosity, giving. It's about having enough to give to others. It's about being able to provide others with what they need because your cup is running over. Okay. So what I'm hearing here is that this person is going to realize that you bring so much value and light into their life that the compromises that are needed to make everything feel more balanced are really not that big of a deal. It's just a matter of doing it. It's a matter of them knowing what you need and what you want. But it looks like they are going to have no problem shifting some of those dynamics. Our 4 of Pentacles is about holding on. 4 of Pentacles is it can be about holding on to things too tightly. But I feel like in this situation, because the reading is, let something go or hold on to it. I feel like really this is spirit clearly saying that there is something to hold on to here. There are great things here. And although there are probably some things that need adjusting, it looks like the change that we saw coming, the ending to some of these behaviors and choices and actions, it's really going to lead to a more balanced, fair, generous, compromising connection between the two of you. And I feel like for sure this is spirit saying this is something to hold on to. A lot of times the Four of Pentacles is someone literally like holding something very close to their chest or holding on to something tightly. And I think that this is a message for you to hold on, We're going to get some message cards here from your person. Spirit, what are some holy cow, hold please. I'm not taking these cards because I didn't get the question out before they all jumped onto the floor. Okay. Spirit, what are some messages from group 3's person? What would they like them to know from their higher self, please? Any messages? Okay. I feel so happy with you. I hide my feelings. I am recovering. Okay. So I feel so happy with you. I think we already got this. I think, this person is clearly enamored with you, proud of you. I want to say like proud that you are their counterpart, proud to be standing next to you, proud that you chose them, right? I hide my feelings. We had this King of Wands up here, which, like I said, they can be a little bit hot and cold. They can be a little in and out, and reactive, especially when they feel questioned or challenged. And which is not to say you should not question and challenge people, because we absolutely should. But I think that the reason why they might have a little bit of a short fuse sometimes is because they are kind of suppressing feelings. They're suppressing probably fears or insecurities, things that make us uncomfortable. Those are the things we tend to suppress. It could also always be things regarding their childhood, past relationships, sort of traumatic or triggering events that they just sort of smush down and don't really share or talk about. And then, you bring something up or you want to have a serious in-depth conversation with them one day, and it sort of escalates to a place that you don't understand, right? So I think that's from hiding and suppressing and pushing some feelings down. And then we got, I am recovering. So this could be someone who's dealing with a healing journey. Again, it could very well be related to this. Hopefully they're seeking therapy, or they're talking to someone, or finding outlets like meditation or Reiki, or breath work that will help them deal with what could be, I don't want to label it and say an anger problem, but there is some fiery energy in that King of Wands, So, and I was picking up on that energy and a need for change. Like, for example, when you say, hey, I don't want to go do that thing with our friends or with the family or with the coworkers. I want to do the dinner that we plan together. and then they are not receptive to that, and then they feel cornered, or they feel, they could turn it around on you, and it could go places that it's not necessary for it to go, honestly. So with I am recovering, I do feel like this person is aware, and again, in the same pile here, we had the death card. So an acknowledgement of, with their intentions, there is an acknowledgement of how some things need to end and some things need to change. So I do feel like your person wants to do better and be better in these areas, probably these areas that brought you to this reading today. So as far as, should you move on from this connection with, balance and a more fair dynamic coming, and generosity of spirit and compromise, and with spirit really saying to hold on, I think it might be worth your while to stick around. Yeah, I feel like this is, despite that we've got some I hide my feelings, and we've got the I'm recovering right next to it. So I feel like this is spirit saying things are going to balance out, it might take some more communication from you, or firmer communication, or a different method of communication. But I think that once this person realizes that there are some things that are making you genuinely unhappy and question this connection, I think that they're going to snap into line, and really work towards restoring balance between the two of you. So that was your reading today for pile number 3. Thank you for joining me. If you could subscribe, like, comment, or share the videos, that is so helpful for my little channel here. And I look forward to seeing you in your next reading.